Welcome back to the Nine Realms, where last time we faced off the winter invasion using not so well-timed explosives to help thin out the first wave. Oh, please blow up. Just blow up. Blow up! Before retreating to the now entrenched and fortified New Asgard, where we made our stand against the remaining horde. The assault lasted all night, yet surprisingly there were no casualties to the invasion, but we did experience multiple villager deaths from exposure throughout the night and the morning. Zelda froze to death, Harold froze to death, Kjell froze to death. 5 villagers in total, if you count Clara, who died moments after I hit the record button for this intro. God damn it, Clara. But with the invasion behind us and a very special episode 20 planned for the spring, I thought I would challenge myself to spending the rest of winter building the world's smallest mining outpost. So let's get started. Right, so first thing, let's come to the map, take a look at what we got. You know what, I'm gonna get rid of the remains. That's kind of embarrassing. So here is the discovered about. There is so much that I haven't yet discovered, but we're going to be, doing the world's smallest outpost, mainly because I don't have the population to support a proper sized outpost. They all died last episode from exposure. It's going to be for mining because we are running out of ore since we closed the mine here in Nithavalir. Nithavalir is now a hardwood focused outpost, not a mining outpost. We have a mine here, obviously completely closed off. We have another mine here. And I still think this is too close. This is just too close for an outpost, which means somewhere in this giant fog of war is another mine. Or not. We could only have 2. That's the thing. So I'm thinking I'll take a quick look around. I want to start in the south, though. And the reason is, I really don't want to have to deal with going through a large spire and a small spire and a dragon. You know, if the mine's up here, that's a bigger problem. If the mine's down here somewhere, much easier just having sort of like a couple of cemeteries and a wolf den. We'll just start, I guess we'll start at the Jotun area because that is a nice big wide open area. No trees, no nothing. Easy to take a look around. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. I gotta start recording my intros and then reloading because I just waste the whole day talking. All right, let's just top up on fluids, and I'll go grab a snacky snack as well. Oh, again? See, the builder from Jotengard froze to death. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Look, ready? I have a campfire. We go to builder's post tasks. Firekeeping's top. I just can't. I don't understand them. But here at the armor smith, I want to grab this just because I'm tired of like looking like trash. This canvas, and look at the difference. There is degradation in visuals, like that's 100%. I kind of look like trash. So I want to put on a nice shiny new bulwark piece, and here we are talking about running out of iron. Our armor smith has to make another one up, but that looks gorgeous. That is metal well spent. Happy with that. All right, so as the sun sets on a day where I've currently done nothing but talk, let's go take a nap, grab a snack, and head out into the wild. If there's only 2 mines, I guess I'll relent and just use the mine that's closest, but I really do hope that there's one further away for the spirit of the playthrough. This would have been a fantastic place for the chieftain's hut between these 2 massive oaks. Missed opportunity there. More Draugr, more skeletons. This side of the island is terrifying. Potential right here, big lump in the ground. Oh, there it is. We have ourselves a 3rd mine. Wait, why were there 2 chimes? I only found 1 mine. What was the 2nd chime for? Well, this complicates matters. Oh dear. Are there 2 bears? Why is that still showing exactly? Anyway, Finally I found the mine after a night full of just bloody terrors. The mine is here, and it's really good in the sense that, you know, it's kind of secluded. If I bring this up, originally it was supposed to be good because actually it was right here all along. I ran all this way, and it turns out it is right there. So as far as outposts go, we just need a road that leads, you know, through the Stone Jotun Arena. We'll have to do something about this bear den though. I think we'll be fine with the cemetery. So we'll just have to see what it goes. But let's just start off with putting down the outpost proper, building it up, and we'll cross those other bridges when we get to them. And I do want to start off with the mine house, the improved mine house that is, because I want to be able to align the cave entrance with the outpost a little better, just to make it look a little, you know, nicer aesthetically. Aesthetics are important. Again, a hill I will forever die on. That sounded like a hog. What the heck was that? I think that was a deer. Right, time to chop down some trees, clear the area up, get the outpost down. Oh, also in the comments of the last video, somebody asked me, why don't you use the iron hammer and hoe? And my first response, or my first thought to a response was like, it's not really worth it. You know, you're not getting that much extra benefit from having, aside from having to replace them every 5 minutes, you're not getting that much benefit from having an iron one. But then I felt kind of silly that, yeah, why don't I have nice, shiny iron tools? So I went ahead, made myself an iron hoe, and I made myself an iron hammer. Looking forward to that. It would be nice, though, if the iron hoe did do a little bit of a benefit. Maybe 2 squares at once, you know, squares side by side or one in front of the other. You know, just to further incentivize people like me getting it, because, you know, kind of have to force myself to do it. Also, I'm going to quickly put down a campfire because it's a blizzard and my temperature is plummeting, so I don't want to end up like my villagers. I got to get this down, get this lit quick sharp. Ah, that feels nice. Oh, for crying out loud. Who now? Astrid, the watchtower worker. Again, I think she's at Jotengard. She has an orange name. There's a campfire. There's someone in charge of the campfire. And before anyone asks, yes, I have a woodcutter out there too, whose sole job is to cut down a few logs and firewood. Let's just check where she died. What the heck? Astrid, why are you in Smilkerton? Why did you run all the way from Jotengard to Smilkerton? What is the goal there? Can't explain it, won't explain it, ignoring it. Moving on. My army of naked builders are here. Why won't you put some clothes on? I'll try and keep them here by having the resources on hand for the outpost. They seem to get here without any issue, though, so there must not be anything too dangerous between, you know, New Asgard and whatever we're going to name this one. The house is done, as is the outpost. We will need, obviously, to finish the mine off. I'll be bringing a cart for that. That's going to take a while, probably 1 or 2 trips. I want to get this sorted first, because I'm hoping we can get away with this. It's the world's smallest outpost. We don't need a lot of stuff. I'm just going to go through the essentials and just really hope it works. So, first thing, ore. It's a mining outpost. It's going to be producing ore. Secondly, it's going to be producing stone. There's the stone storage gone these days. And then thirdly, it's going to be producing crawler items. What do we need here? Well, we need tools. And then when those tools break, we need to return the broken metal parts. What else do we need? We need food. We need cooked food. And then, of course, somehow, if it's ever gonna work, we need clothing. There's nothing else. We could, you know what we could conceivably do? This is sort of like just because we have bonus room. We could do a small stone storage, since we'll be producing an excess of small stones. But there's nothing else. We don't need fish, sticks, bark, firewood though. We're going to be needing coal to burn in the house. Where can I put this? Put you there. And that's, again, I think that's honestly it. I'm looking. That's all we need. I'm very hungry. I'm very cold. I'm just going to quickly warm myself up. This fire's almost out of fuel, but that's fine. That's enough to get back home with. Turn you on so I can see it on my minimap. Oh, we do have something in the way. Crap. Oh, bugger. I'll deal with this in the morning. Ugh. Yeah, I'll deal with this in the morning. I want to get home. I want to get warm. I want to get the rest of the items we need on my persons in my cart ready for the mine. And then that's it. That's the world's smallest outpost. Probably. Despite all of our problems, we do have a nice amount of pies. Everyone here is still naked, despite me setting up an entire task for clothing. I don't know why they won't wear them. I don't know whose cart this is, so I kind of hope it's mine now. Bucky's new cart. Stop taking my stuff. Alright, we are loaded up with everything we need, actually, quite luckily, conveniently, everything we need for the mine house. So I'm going to head over there now and put it together before my builders make the trip naked. Oh, you know what? I might as well just clear these wolves out, because I don't want them to be snacking on said villagers if they do try to make said trip. I just heard some of those little bastards nearby. Ah, crap, we got some big toothy bastards. Bastards everywhere. But I do not want those smoker pest rat bunny thingamajigs. I don't want them snacking on the exact number of resources I need for the mine. If we lose one resource, I have to go all the way back to New Asgard. Got to protect this with my life. Although my builders seem to be avoiding it. I don't know if my market worker will be as smart. Plus, having a road would speed things up. We need the deliveries as fast as possible. Okay, let's get this down. Editor Bucky, put that old Fenrir music on. I haven't had that in a while. I like that. I like editing to that one. I don't even think that fight lasted long enough for the intro. Yeah, here we go. I still haven't learnt how to navigate without the UI. But, yeah, it's just behind the woods, just behind the wolf den, just behind the stone yurt. And it's not terribly far, but there's not going to be a fourth one, so this is the furthest mine away. Hopefully it's bigger than the mine that was in Nithavalir. That was, I think, honestly, quite honestly, the smallest version of the mine you can get. It didn't even have a queen chamber. It only had one level. If I've forgotten something, I'm gonna lose my mind. Pretty sure I picked nails up as well. Ah! This is why I hate smokers. Worst. They're the worst. Well, if I'm being forced back to New Asgard early, I might as well take as much of this bareback with me as I can. Someone reminded me, actually, recently, if you just do the melee attack with the knife out, you harvest, you know, wolves, bears, whatnot, a lot faster. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. You guys seem to think that smokers are worth saving. You seem to think that smokers aren't that evil. I turned my back for 1 second just to clear out a wolf den, you know, make the island safer. And what do? Eat an entire wood plank that I needed for my outpost. So no, smokers will never have my forgiveness. And I will find now new ingenious, wretched ways to destroy them for what they've done. Oh, That was satisfying, wasn't it? You know what? I might as well just wait until 10, because we all know we're going to get a blood moon out. Also, I just noticed that my wall is red. So that time that I was wiggling, the time that I was trying to wiggle it around, I don't think it really worked. I'll have to try and figure out what part of the wall isn't being connected, which is, again, just like a bummer. They really got to make better snapping walls. But right now, I am just filling my cart with sticks and my inventory with sticks, because the next thing to do is build all of the storages at the unnamed outpost. Give me a name, by the way. I'm not smart enough right now to think about any. I am too mad at the smokers. I've lost the ability to think clearly. I'm just seeing red. Let me know in the comments what I should call this one. I'm out of ideas. Alright, next up, as always, let's go ahead and throw down a warehouse. And this will be the equivalent warehouse for the unnamed outpost. So everything that we want delivered to New Asgard comes here. And everything we want delivered to the unnamed outpost will also get brought here for shipments out. I'm just going to get rid of this wood cutting house and this metal storage. I don't need it anymore, and it's, you know, I could do with the resources. But somebody mentioned the other day that the market should be somewhere that you deliver goods to. Like a market should be something that people bring resources to and then ship out from, because it just makes more sense. That's what a market is. A market isn't like where you keep carts. That's called a shed. So I'm wondering if at some point the market is going to have a bit more of a use when it comes to storing and transporting goods. Because right now, yeah, it's just a shed. It's just a place where you get some free carts and have somebody working there. It would be great if all the resources to and from were stored there also. It'd also save a lot of room with bloody warehouses too, wouldn't it? And speaking of room, I should go to my room and warm up because I'm bloody freezing again. No wonder everyone's dying if they're naked. Put some clothes on. I'm fully armored and I'm barely holding on. Oh, that place doesn't have a fireplace running. Why aren't my fire keepers working? There's probably a logical explanation, and the explanation is they are a bunch of muppets. Oh, you know what? Let's keep an eye on the cart this time, because last time, you know what happened. I'm not going to repeat it. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but nobody else has died, so, you know, small blessings where they are. All right, let's wrap up the mine. Let's wrap up the storages. Then we can start bringing the people out here. You know what? There is something else I need to build. This can't be like the world's smallest one anymore. It has to be the almost smallest. Just realized that all of my housing is taken in New Asgard. So everyone who's died has died in another outpost. I don't know what that means. All right, let's quickly do our quantities. And by quickly, I mean very, very slowly with editing cuts, probably. Let's start off with 50 maggots, which I think is 5 stacks, and then 10 crawler sacks, which is another 10 item slots in here. Large stone storage, we can leave that as default, or in bloom storage as default. And then when it comes to coal, let's go ahead and set that to 20 only. We'll turn everything off in the small crafting storage and then just allow for small stones. We'll be getting them from the mine. That will actually be quite handy as a passive stone income for roads eventually. Clothes, another thing that, you know, is it ever going to work? This is what I'm crafting in New Asgard, by the way. I'm doing 2 flimsy linen boots. I am making thick linen shirts. I am making flimsy gloves. I am making... Where is it? I am making... I wish they were in order somehow. We're already making the leather arming cap and then the thick linen pants as well. That's what we're making for our villagers. Hopefully that starts getting shipped out and these guys start wearing it because they're kind of isolated out here. They're going to need to stay warm. Food-wise, keeping it simple, 5 meat soups, 5 meat stews, 5 meat pies. If that doesn't work, these people deserve to die. Broken metal parts is fine as it is. And then finally at the tool rack, just need iron skinning knives for the gory little bits inside the mine and crude iron pickaxes for the miners themselves. There is something else I need to do, but we'll do that later because I want to focus on the next important build right now. After this slightly smaller build. So we need to get some beds in. We have 2 beds already. Those are for the miners day and night. We're going to need a worker down here, so a 3rd bed for the person working at the outpost. And then villager number 4 is going to have to be some sort of defender because we're right on top of a bear spawn here. That is not going to end well unless we have someone out here to protect these Muppet of villagers. So not quite the smallest outpost in the world because the bear was unexpected. We're going to have that unexpected 4th person. I was banking on a 3-person outpost, a day and a night worker, and then someone in the outpost working to facilitate, grabbing the items for trading out and also then collecting any broken tools and armor. But this is the hand we've been dealt, so almost the world's smallest outpost. How about that? That's not much of an exciting title though, so I'll probably just go with the first one. Clickbait, But about that 4th villager, let's pop down a barracks. It's going to be a standard one for now, just because I don't have the resources for an upgrade. But that's fine. We'll just transfer someone here who has a lot of training already. Someone I think can handle the bear. Somebody pretty armored. I have just the person in mind. I hope they don't mind. Right, let's just grab some Jotun blood. It's 6:30, so I'm going to have to head home soon in case there's a blood moon. We've lost a bunch of people. I don't know if I have the defenses in place to protect against it, if there is one. Ooh, these Draugr, they're not hitting me for much, but man, I am bad at attacking right now. Ow, again, Jesus. Oh my god, stop knocking me down. Finally, vengeance for myself. That was bad. Although my armor's really, really good. Look at that, I was doing like 4 or so damage each. But man, I was not dodging at all. I think I'm getting, I think the cold is seeping into my joints right now or something. Well, thank goodness there wasn't another blood moon. How does a healer freeze to death in a healing hut that has a fireplace? I'm convinced at this point there's a bug. Like, I think it's the further I go away, the more people die randomly suddenly. He's a healer. Even if he started taking damage, he should light the fire. But I can't. I'm just going to ignore the deaths from freezing and chalk it up to a bug or just insufficient coding, because it shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. Perfect. There's the barracks. There's probably... It's fine. It's fine, because if it destroys the mine, I don't think mobs can attack mines. They don't have health. So if the bear gets anywhere close, the barracks are going to be in range of it. Oh my gosh. Also, spring is on the way. The snow is melting. Thank God. So there's really only one thing left to do before we go into our years of plenty. Spoiler alert. Maybe I should cut that out. But yeah, the only thing left to do is to finish building that mirror outpost in New Asgard for whatever you guys decide to name the smallest outpost in the world, or the almost smallest outpost in the world. Beautiful sunrise here over the stone arena, which will still need to do that actually. Don't worry, I have a plan. I say that often. Maybe I don't. Maybe the plan is to make a plan. Still a plan though. Let's celebrate with summoning one of our dearly departeds. Astrid, come on home. That made me jump. Alright, this should be up in a jiffy because every single item needed for it is stored in one of the two warehouses directly next door. Except for sticks, apparently. There it is. Spring. Officially. We are just going to hang around for probably the rest of the day. It's already noon, so we'll start the next episode tomorrow. We'll finish this episode at dawn tomorrow. But we made it through winter. Honestly, I don't even think my first winter in the game was that bad. I don't know why I lost so many people. I've never lost people to freezing before. It's not like they were naked. They have pants on. They have hoods on. But they just wouldn't pick up a chest piece to save their life, literally. Nor, actually, may I add, go to a goddamn campfire in a house or one of the many ones I have scattered throughout the Outpost and New Asgard. So, I don't know. I don't know what the heck they were playing at, but they, they died. They died. And I'm going to have to summon them back because I miss them. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and just set this up how we have in... I want on this side. Let's set this up how we have it in the unnamed Outpost. So we've done our food. This is our clothing. Then we're going to want to have our tools and weapons. Then we're going to want to have our coal as well. This is everything that's going out. Kind of nice to keep it on one side. And then we'll just immediately ruin that theme by putting down 3 crawler storages on this side. And eventually I'll probably have 1 for maggots, 1 for slime, 1 for crawler sacks if I remember. Chances are I won't. And then I just want a whole bunch of ore and bloom storage. Not that I expect it to get full, not this amount, not straight away, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we have a really big mine and we actually start producing more iron than we can handle. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And then last but not least, we'll do our stone storages. Let's just go with 2 plus 1 equals 3 because I just want to complete the warehouse. That looks nice, doesn't it? And then this bit will actually go really fast because it's mostly just sticks, rope, and a few long sticks. Let's go. Builders are being useful. Stop the goddamn press. I'm just going to do this while they finish the rest. Everything's here. Everything's right next door. Turn all of you off. Turn all of you off. And again, the only things we were taking up were 2 skinning knives, 2 pickaxes. Oh, you know what? We also need, we absolutely need, ancient reforged greatsword. We'll have 1 of those. That's actually the first time I've seen these on. Did they finally fix that? Or am I just now finally able to see that? Here, again, let's turn everything off. Let's turn everything down. And we were doing 2 of you. 2 thick linen shirts. I guess, again, I think I'm doing the linen gloves. Forgot to bump your priorities after turning them off. Then what else was I doing? I was doing the leather arming cap, which is the basic one. And then the thick linen pants. And then for our warrior, whoever that's going to be, we have to kick them out to the 9s if they're going to be fighting a bear. So we'll do 1 bulwark chest piece. We'll do 1 Huskarl's helmet. I'll have to get that craft requested. What else should we give them? Where are the pants? Huskarl's pants, sure. That the only pants? Yeah, there's no like... I think that's the best. I think that's the best we can do for them. And with all of that, they're not going to be taking too much damage from the bear. They'll probably get knocked down a few times. You know what, let's do a fine linen cape. Let's just do a fine linen cape. That's going to look great. I do have to quickly mirror that over here before I forget. So we'll open you. We'll open clothes. And we'll just find everything. So it's 1 bulwark. 1 Huskarl's head. 1 Huskarl's pants. 1 fine linen cape. Fantastic. Last, here, 0. Everything's down. This is giving me a massive headache, by the way. Meat stews, meat soups, and warrior bloody pies. And we'll turn those up too. Nothing else needs to be done. So let's start having somebody work here, and they should be working the night shift. We You got any unskilled night side people? Not really. No, we don't. But you know what? Let's go for someone. This one looks good. Where did that? Yeah. Winter resilience. Because you'll be working... Oh, no, that's an archer. Builder. Builder-wise. Not you, because you're afraid of the cold. Yeah, cold resilience. There we go. Yersa. Where's Yersa? We'll sign you there. And Yersa's going to be working nighttime. Then over here at the outpost, let's assign some people. I already have a runer out here. I got another runer for my collection. Oh my god, that took so long. I haven't even done the market route yet. But let's come here. Let's go to outpost number 5. We have 4 people. Lord Vednok in charge of keeping them alive. Ivind, who I think I need to restart. By the way, if you get small happiness decreases and it stacks up like this, just reload your game. It will reset. So Ivind and Udgar are working in the mine. And then Runa is our outpost warehouse specialist. Very last thing to do then is just set up a market route. I'm going to take a drink because if it takes a while again, I'm just going to die off screen. So we'll take a drink and we'll keep warm. So this market's kind of new. We can add... No, it's 2 out of 2 people. 3 out of 3 people. Bugger! You get new carts, but they go on top of the sleds. That's brilliant. Okay, but anyway, I just threw together, you know, in my casual sort of way, just casually threw together an upgraded market so we can have an additional market worker to run the routes between the new unnamed outpost and New Asgard. So let's go ahead and assign, I don't know, Majvi. Majvi, you look like you'll do just fine. Okay, time to set this up. Deep breath. From mine stuff in to rename me the outpost. Give me a name, guys. Majvi, you are in charge and you're taking cart number 10. And now for the boring bit, which through the power of editing, you guys are able to skip through. You're welcome. Alright, market route's done, and if anyone's curious as to what I'm sending out or bringing back, it's just whatever I had in the outpost. You know, the clothing out matches the clothing in. The resources coming back from the outpost are just as many as I could hold. That's it. That's the long and short of it. Don't make me go through it, please. And then very last thing, because I said I would forget, and I almost did. Not quite, but almost did. Let's go ahead and request a Huskarl's helm so we can get that shipped over to Lord Vednok. He is going to be absolutely smiting that bear every 3 days when it respawns. I feel sorry for the bear. Lord Vednok, you know, it's not to be trifled with. Ooh, I want a trifle now. Do you guys like trifle? Trifle is the best. But anyway, here we are at the world's almost smallest outpost or something like that. Only 4 villagers. I really wanted to see how small and compact I could get this thing. And though I was originally shooting for 3, that day night worker and the person working at the outpost itself, we did have to add in Lord Vednok, a 4th person, just to protect the villagers here from any nearby threats, which just, you know, unexpectedly happened to be the bear. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out because, you know, the outposts so far, they've been quite labor intensive, especially the farm, especially Smilkerton. It's kind of nice, actually, to try and build one as small as humanly possible. So interested to see how this unfolds. But that is all for this episode. Episode 20 of the 9 Realms. The next episode happens to be my 100th video as well. So we're doing something extra special. Something I've been wanting to do now for a while. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. And I'll see you in episode 20. Cheerio.